Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress you're making. Copy and paste pretty faces all the time. Pictures so perfect we play.
Hello wonderful people, welcome back again to Anointed Lady TV, the home of news and politics. And we drop news every day, and we also react to every videos that comes our way. If it is your first time in this channel, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you are returning subscribers, we appreciate you for your massive support, and we say may God richly bless you all for supporting this channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please kindly smash on the subscribe button, put on the bell so you get to know anytime we drop a new video. I have a video to present to you this very moment, and I will be watching that video with you. And after watching, let's drop our opinion constructively at the comment section, like our videos, and also share our videos if possible. Bye for now.
Reactions trailing the alleged reprisal attack by some officers of the Nigerian army on civilians in Imo State, an allegation which the army has fully denied. Gunmen on Monday afternoon were said to have killed a military officer when they attacked some soldiers in Àòng ông ảnh in Oru East local government area of Imo State. It is reported that in a reprisal attack, military men allegedly burnt a hotel, cars, houses, and shops. The Nigerian army, however, said that they only went to the scene to disperse members of the indigenous people of Biafra and the Eastern Security Network who were forcing people to comply with Monday's sit-at-home order. Well, let's take a look at this video before we come back for a reaction from a former deputy governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Kingsley Moghalu.
What I've done. I made a mistake, she will go for 9. I made a mistake, she will go for 9, hope. Hope I made a mistake, she will go for 9. Look at what I've done in our junction. Everywhere is ablaze. Hope I lazy email. Hope I lazy email. Look at people house on fire. No matter what hope I'm maleke. Imagine. Nigeria army I bet obodo blood sweat everywhere blaze. So what happened? Nigeria army watch I numere. Watch aya. We can go for kai mo obodo.
Well, in response to this video, Kingsley Moghalu wrote, the wanton destruction of civilian property in Àòng ông ảnh in Imo State by soldiers of the Nigerian army in response to the killing of a soldier by some individuals is unfortunate. That soldier did not deserve to die, and his killing was also wrong. But there is something called proportionality in responding to this sort of incident. Now, that security threats appear to have reduced in the southeast after the Anambra governorship election. What is the justification for the continued militarization of the region with multiple checkpoints and soldiers reportedly collecting money from innocent transporters and commuters? The unnecessary militarization of civilian spaces creates a siege mentally. This is unhealthy for nation building and national cohesion. Dr. Bati, I'm coming straight to you on this story. What is your reaction?
Okay, well, first, this story has been in circulation since about Monday.
Yes.
I think it took the Nigerian army a little bit too late to respond, because the story that was out there was that, look, a soldier was killed at Awomama and Junction, and that soldiers went back there in a retaliatory attack, and they burned down shops and destroyed vehicles and all of that. In a show of, brigandage, if you like. But then, the military has now issued a statement through the 82 Div to say that it was not, in fact, soldiers engaged in any reprisal attack. That what actually happened was that soldiers went to keep the peace at that junction when, according to the military, certain elements of IPOB and the Eastern Security Network decided to go after people who did not observe the sit-at-home order on Monday. Now, that in itself is curious, because you recall that IPOB, speaking through Emma Powerful, had said that, look, IPOB had suspended the sit-at-home order. However, people still observe it. But, we're now being told by the military that this week, on Monday, that in this particular location, certain persons defied that, or rather, acting on the earlier information that there will not be any sit-at-home that went out, and that this was a case of IPOB and ASN men trying to enforce that particular order. Well, we have two sides of the story now out there in the public domain. I think what is important is for the military headquarters and even the state government collaborating with the military headquarters to order an investigation for us to find out what exactly happened. Nobody has any right to kill anybody. So if it was true that a soldier was killed, that in itself is wrong.
Very wrong.
Because that's a clear act of assassination, of murder, of people taking the law into their hands. Now, if again it is true that anybody's shops, we were told about 20 shops,
yes.
17 vehicles destroyed,
Terrible.
wanton destruction.
Terrible.
On a Monday in a part of Nigeria, that in itself, is not acceptable. And the question you will ask is that if indeed it was the military trying to keep the peace, where was the police? Now, people have been asking the question about the militarization of the East,
yes.
which was the point that came out of those tweets. Yes. He's in the UK, by the way, so he's free to tweet from the UK.
Yes.
Those tweets by him, he was complaining about the militarization of the space in the southeast. No part of Nigeria should be militarized. I mean, the Constitution, Section 217, 2C thereof, says that the military can be called out in aid of civilian authority when the occasion arises. But even within the contemplation of that Section 217, it was for a brief purpose, and it was in a situation of complete breakdown of law and order. The military is not trained to do police work. We have to keep making that point, but we've been using the police to do police work in different parts of the country. The military insists that in the East, what they are doing is what is called Operation Golden Dawn.
That's what it's called.
Now, look, it should be very brief, and, we should empower the police to be able to keep the peace in any part of the country. But an investigation is important to reassure the people, because we really cannot continue like this. We managed to hold elections in Anambra, and then in other parts of the eastern part of the country, you're still having these issues, and you blame this side, you blame that side. That is not even good for commerce, which is a major source of engagement in the eastern part of the country.
Yes.
And of course, overall, this is not good for the image of Nigeria.
Absolutely. We keep hearing these denials, Tundu Abiola. I believe that video that was showed earlier happened about 2 weeks ago, where, some alleged soldiers were shooting, at some houses in Imo State, same Imo State. And all the Nigerian army has done is to bring out these reports, these statements, these denials. But there's not been a, complete investigation made at this point.
So this is the thing with the gaslighting. You're constantly being asked to distrust the evidence of your own eyes. You're watching a video and you're being told, oh, that didn't happen. And I remember there are times where the public is ordered or encouraged to stay at home, but that doesn't apply to people like us who are providing essential services, and we have to be out on the road like, election day or like NSARS, and you see the number of police and soldiers on the road, it makes you anxious for that one day.
Yes.
Imagine that being your reality day in, day out, wherever you leave your house, with the relationship that the public seems to have with our law enforcement and our security agencies. So this story that you've shared now shows both sides of it. Under no circumstances must any person in uniform who is serving this country and protecting us be killed. But on the other hand, there's that report that the tweet by Kingsley Moghalu that you read about soldiers extorting innocent passengers. So both sides of it are reflected here. The fact that our security agencies, the military, treat us in such a heavy-handed fashion, and also the dangers, the risk that they bear trying to do their jobs. But what I will say is that this denial that it wasn't us, it was them. It's quite typical.
Yes.
It was IPOB members running amok. We hear that constantly. But this issue of what are they still doing there? Why do they linger on in the Southeast? Was not addressed, and it really ought to be. It does make me anxious, even on these very rare occasions. So how is that your daily reality or your daily commute to work? It really is a problem. And I do have to say that arson is completely out of the question. These reprisal attacks have to stop. If at all it was not the military, fine. But the fact is that the military have done this in the past in this country. The Zaki Biam massacre, OD, even the Shiite massacre was all about the killing of police officers, soldiers, soldier or obstructing the movement of the chief of army staff from A to B, and people died as a result.
So there's a history to this.
So when you hear reprisal attacks happened, well...
All right. Rufai, your comment on this story.
So for me, I think it's very sad what is happening, because currently we are talking, and I mean we as a country are talking. Dr. Ezeife and some Igbo leaders met the president as regards what's happening in the East, and we are talking. And this is not a good sight to behold. At the same time, I condemn in strong terms the killing of any soldier in this country.
May
it shouldn't be
rest
done.
in peace.
Amen.
But the military too should watch it. I'll dive back historically. Was there a need for the Asaba massacre in the first place? Then Tundu has talked about OD, then the list goes on. We can't continue to hear this, oh, one soldier was killed and then a whole village is razed. There was no need for the Asaba massacre. And we should watch it. We should watch it, and somebody should talk. You know, the top echelon of military should talk to the ground officers about this. They have every right to be angry, but not burning a city down or not burning a town down and destruction of lives and property because you have an occurrence like this. Thirdly, the other point I would like to make is, it's not a good place to be in an occupation. I've been there before. Early 2000s in Warri, this was the case, military everywhere. After the 97-98 fight between the Shekiri and Ijo, you don't want to be there waking up in the morning and trying to drive out and you see checkpoints everywhere. It's not a great place to be.
Scary.
And that lingered till about 06, 07, 010 before it peters out. So I don't know when this is going to stop. But trust me, once they set up, it is there for a while. Right. So what should we do? We should do everything possible to keep the peace.
All right.
And please, I must repeat, we are talking. Let us respect the terms of those conversations. And whoever is trying to enforce this sit-at-home that is leading to the destruction of life and property, please, they should stop it. Any faith columnists in the back should stop it. We need peace to return to the eastern heartland of this country.
Absolutely. Well said.